So the first thing on the agenda this evening is a presentation for a watershed application from the Gary Sanitary District in regards to 25th Avenue and Burr Street storm sewer repair. The requested amount on their behalf is $450,000, which is 75% of the construction costs per this agenda. Sir, your name, who you represent, and what you got for us tonight.
All right. So that was actually a part of my slide deck. We'll get to it early. Then I'm gonna repeat it again because it's in my slide deck.
That's okay.
But I'm Jabez Anderson from the Gary Sanitary District. I am the Assistant Manager of Engineering now, acting as the Director of Engineering. And now we'll start from the beginning. And so I know usually you all start with a picture of what happened in 2008. Just as a reminder of what we do not want to happen. This is actually from 2005, and this is a somewhat too common occurrence in Black Oak. And so this is actually a reminder to me that work needs to be done and continues to need to be done in Black Oak. This is from the Northwest Indiana Times. So I've come to talk about the 25th and Burr Street project. This will be phase one, or what I'll consider phase one. And then the next phase will be explained a little bit later. So I've already answered the question, who am I? So I'll continue forward with that.
That's a good picture.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, my wife took that picture, funny enough.
Oh.
Yeah, a little aside. At any rate, so the ags. I like to get straight to it. I don't want to deal with all of the extra fluff. So I'm requesting 75% of the project. That is, the estimated project cost is about $622,900. I spoke to about three different contractors. One of them got back to me. And then this was the very rough number that he was able to give me based on what I told him I wanted done within the project. And so the first phase of the project, which is what the ask is for dredging the ditches on the north and south side of the 25th Avenue corridor, removing the phragmites from those ditches, and then the removal and repair of the stormwater structures within that area. And then the second phase, which will be a future project, is the installment of permeable pavement that will act as a sidewalk. And then I'll try to collaborate with the Public Works Department in order to help fund that one as well. And then I may come back and request of you guys, but that's for the future. And we'll talk about phase one now. So let's focus on phase one. Why am I doing this project? Well, it is common knowledge that the streets flood along the 25th Avenue corridor in Black Oak. We have residents complaints about the flooding constantly. And then as of now, there is sinkholes that exist because of the failing stormwater infrastructure. And that particular area, at least the one that I'm talking about now, is right next to a business. So that is, of course, a pedestrian hazard. It's been backfilled, and someone has been kind enough to throw a tire in there, which you'll probably end up seeing sometime later in this presentation, and to help cover up the hole. I also want to get those phragmites out of there. They're an invasive species, and we're trying our absolute best to remove them as much as possible from this region, honestly. And then there's commercial development happening in that area. You know, we have the Horseshoe Casino that is there.
Then
we
take
have
the first right.
Convention Center that's coming. Somebody.
He got yelled at by Big. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my phone is on mute. She's driving.
Yeah, good old Siri. It does it to me too, so I understand. But
apologies.
No worries. I'll continue. So the Horseshoe Casino is there. The convention center is on its way there, and
Horseshoe to Hard Rock.
Did I mix that up?
Yeah.
I did mix that up.
Horseshoe's on the lake.
I threw them off.
Uh-oh. Typo.
It's all right.
So yes, the Hard Rock, excuse me. And I know the owners of the Hard Rock could probably be upset with me too. Don't let them see this, even though it's recorded. But yeah, so we do have a lot of commercial development that's happening in that area. And so there is a need to fix the stormwater infrastructure in that area and beautify that area to, of course, increase the livability for the residents that are there. So I'm asking you for 75% of the project. What will that money be spent on? So we're removing and replacing approximately 670 linear feet of existing storm sewer. We're removing and replacing 5 catch basins with the appurtenances. We're installing a new catch basin and appurtenance for the pilot gas station. That's right across the street from the sinkhole that exists. We're removing the phragmites from those ditches as we're dredging. And then we're going to be dredging approximately 2,500 linear feet along that corridor on the north and south sides of Burr Street. of 25th Avenue, from Burr Street to Clark Road. And then, of course, we're going to install those culverts, my gosh, underneath the driveways as we're dredging the ditches. And so this is a general look of the site. You can see in the top left picture here, we have all of the phragmites that have taken over this section of ditch. We have the failed storm sewer system pictures. And then we have a picture of Black Oak and yet another flooding situation. And this, again, is what we're looking to remedy with each of these projects that we'll be doing out in Black Oak. And then just to take a walk through the site. So if you walk with me through the site, I actually give you a visual of what I'm speaking of here. So this is a light rain. This is October 2018. I think within a whole month, there was about 1.8 inches of rain for the
screen
for that month. Oh, so I have to read.
You're still sharing?
Yeah.
I am still sharing, but I'm only sharing the presentation. I got to move it over to the right here.
You gotta take a walk with them.
And now I got to take a walk. There we go. Walk with me.
Walking.
Yes. Thank you for your patience as well. As
All
we
good.
walk. So this is a light storm event from October 2018. Beautiful representation with just the light rain. We have ponding here, right in front of the pilot gas station, which is where one of those catch basins will be going, actually right there, close to right there. If we walk back a little bit, let's see. Look at it transform. You can see that good old tire that they put in the sinkhole there. And then we'll back up a little bit. And so this is it. The owner is desiring to pave this area as well. And of course, our sewer runs along this area that he's wanting to pave. So yet another reason.
Is there existing sewer there now?
Storm sewer, yes. There is an existing, and sanitary, but there is existing storm sewer. Here's the catch basin here, connects there, and it actually runs east down here.
Is that a concrete storm sewer or is something?
Corrugated metal pipe.
Okay.
Yes, so corrugated metal pipe attached to precast concrete catch basins. And that manhole runs continually. We're walking. So that continues down here to the ditch. That storm sewer system runs here to the ditch. All of it's gravity flow. So it's gravity flow through the ditch and of course gravity flow through the storm sewer system. And then we have ditches on the north and the south side. This is May, so springtime, and you can see the phragmites are already making their way back. We're going to continue down the corridor. So right here at Mount Street, everything west of Mount Street is going to run west to Burr Street and then flow through the storm sewer system south towards that levee on 8094. Everything here is running east, and that's going to go all the way down as we run east. We're walking to Clark Street, and then it's going to run north here to the NDOT ditch. And then, of course, both of those eventually discharge to the Little Calumet River. So with that,
North or south?
It's gonna go
No.
south to the NDOT ditch.
Oh, correct. It's been a long day at work. So,
And the NDOT ditch is on the 994, right?
94.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So, again, I've had a very long day, but despite how much the streets flood or whatever else happens, we're gonna continue to work. Hence the thumbs up. Do you have any questions for me? And I know you already asked some during the presentation, but I invite you to ask more.
Are there other entities that want to participate in this, other than the request to us?
So as of now, for this phase, no. For the next phase, I'm looking for participation from Public Works, and that's gonna be in regrading the streets. And then I want to install some catch bases along the streets as well to discharge to that ditch and then carry that flow away from the streets. But for this phase one, it's just a collaboration between Little Calumet River Basin Development Commission and ourselves, the Gary Stormwater Management District.
So the 662,900 number is for phase 1 and 2, or just phase 1?
Just phase.
Just phase, and so you're asking for 25% of that, or that is the 75%?
75% of
That's the
that.
75%. Okay.
I'm requesting 75% of the 622,900
Okay.
that I gave you. So 75% of that is like 46.7 or something like that.
Okay. When is the
160.7.
I'm sorry.
I was asking, when is it, when you project implementing the project?
I want to start the project in spring. So I'm looking hopefully to start in June, July, sometime like that. I can start a little bit, I can get it out for bid a little bit earlier than that, but we have a 3-week lead time on our bids because we want to post it in the newspaper. With this particular amount, I'm going to have to do what we call in-house a big spec. So I have to do the big specification, and that has to go out for public bid. So that process is a little bit longer.
Is there any plans or design in this, or is it just strictly scope of work?
Right now, it's strictly scope of work. I have plans, but they're being developed. I don't have them here.
But so on your application, you have design completed. Sorry, this is Robert Ochi.
Yeah, so the design was completed. The drawings and things of that nature has not been completed. So I finished pretty much all of the layout, all of the design, how big, et cetera, where they're going, but I haven't drawn it out yet to give to a contractor and say, hey, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Does that make sense?
Well, okay, so if the drawings aren't done and the design's not completed, how did you get an estimate? You said you had contractors initially take a look at the scope that was developed?
Correct. So I work with quite a few different contractors over the years. And so I called a few of those contractors up, went out to the job site. We took a look at the job site. I told them exactly what I was looking for. So I described the scope of work to them, and then I sent them the scope of work with the map of the area that I was looking to have the work done, of course. And then they were able to come up with a price based on that. And of course, the knowledge of, the area.
Who's your engineer records who's doing the drawings and contract documents?
Me,
No.
yes. I don't know if that was a good O or a bad O, but I'll take it either way.
Are you a PE?
Correct.
So you are a PE,
Correct.
and you are a civil engineer as well.
Wastewater engineer, structural engineer by degree, but yes. You can come.
Can you clarify how much lineal foot of culvert and piping you're gonna need in addition to the ditch clearing?
So the ditch clearing, the piping that I'll need is around 670. The culverts will be going under about 20 lots. So that will be around 150 linear feet of corrugated metal pipe,
And what size?
18 inches. Now I'm doing this from memory, so, you know,
Is that the size of the current culverts or is that upsizing?
size of the current culverts. The ditch has been able to take all of the storm flow. But the Phragmites in there are restricting the flow. The current storm sewer system is taking the flow well, and it's in disrepair. So a lot of the the area is gone. So of course it's not going to be able to hold as much water.
And you highlight both the north and south sides of 25th. Is this work only going to be done on the north side?
I'm looking to have the north and south sides done. As far as the ditches go, the ditches on the south side, and then the north side has the storm sewer and the ditches as well.
And this document, this application is specific for just the north side?
In the document, I wanted to do the north side. And this is a little insider ball now. So I was requested to add to that to beautify the area. And with that came the south sides because I wanted to install that perf pipe system along the south side of the road. So that would have not perf pipe, but the permeable pavement on the south side that would act as my sidewalk. Thank you.
Is the pipe that you're proposing perf pipe or is it gonna be solid concrete
Perf.
or?
I'm looking to install perf pipe. Right now it's corrugated metal pipe. I'm looking to install perforated pipe, perforated PVC.
They want to put a French drain in? Yeah.
Well, it would be a French drain if there was not an outlet. So French drains don't have outlets. This outlet actually goes through the ditching. Okay, so it goes through the ditching system in the catch basins. I'll be installing the perf pipe, which will allow for infiltration into the soil, but it'll also allow for flow through the pipe that eventually goes to the Little Calumet River.
And right now it doesn't. Right now it's just a corrugated metal.
Corrugated metal the water still flow through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything is still hooked up to go south towards that Little Calumet River.
Okay.
So yeah, everything is connected, but the pipes are in disrepair. They failed, so it's not going to allow as much water to flow through. Make sense?
I mean, utilizing perforated pipe, won't you be subject the whole thing to settlement and erosion and washout over time? I don't understand why it would be a perforated pipe.
No, when perf pipe is designed properly, you have to embed it in stone. So
I understand.
right, it's going to be surrounded by stone. The perf pipe that will be running. Elaborate, or at least could you explain your question a little more?
Well, so traditional culverts are solid, right? Concrete, galvanized metal piping. Not familiar with anybody using a perforated PVC pipe underneath roadways or underneath driveways or using it as a culvert material. I'm not sure if anybody else in the room has experience with that. I'm not an engineer, but
Especially in a roadway. That would be, that area, the soil conditions in that area are mostly silty and sandy.
So,
I mean, I could see where it might work,
ability
but I
of
just wonder how
if
stable it is.
I'm just thinking out loud. I'm not an engineer. I'm just a construction guy. Water goes through. And if the soil conditions are not clay, they're silty and sandy, the fines could also go through, similar to like, I just made a pot of coffee and I'm going through my filter. So you're hoping you're gonna catch all the particulate. But some of it could flow through, like he said.
Well,
And then you run into the pavement.
right, I mean, I just, no,
Wouldn't you want I'm sorry, Tom.
no, go ahead.
Wouldn't you want a solid pipe to carry the water?
Okay,
I just,
so I hear exactly what you're asking, and I don't know how they got there. But at any rate, most of there's a section of piping that runs underneath the pavement. That section runs from Burr Street going east all the way to between Harvey and Ralston, I believe. The rest of the pipe that runs from that point east to the ditch is under soil. The reason that I'm choosing perf pipe is because I want to allow for infiltration into the soil, into the pipe. I want to allow for water to run in the pipe. And the perf pipe gives that section extra capacity for water discharge. The corrugated metal pipe will be going underneath the pavement and underneath the driveways. Forgive me if I misspoke. That said, though, if perf pipe was put underneath pavement, which usually it isn't because pavement doesn't allow for infiltration, but the soil does. But if it was put under perf pipe, it should be designed as such to not allow for settlement. So if that is in the design, which is not, then that will be considered. That said, no, corrugated metal pipe underneath the pavement, underneath the part that is soil, I'm running perf pipe, and then that will connect to the ditching system. The ditching system, of course, runs how I said before.
takes it out.
Makes sense. Please. I love the questions.
One other question I have for you is that this particular project, it'll probably really help the BP and Pilot, as well as that sandwich shop across the street, and this is it. Because of the backup that's been going into their trucking facility, which I've seen over the years. So this particular project, you would help vet and spur economic development for the other area, because I do know there was a company further down off of 25th. They were trying to establish a restaurant, but they couldn't because of the flooding will occur, and then they couldn't move any further. This happened about a year or so ago, and they moved out.
Do you know exactly what it is?
Yeah, it's further down from, this is it. It's on the other side going west.
Oh, we can talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Because I would actually, again, my goal is to.
Yeah, I just know that this particular project would really, it just would really help and spur economic development for that Black Oak area. I know that.
Yeah, let's talk about that some.
Sure, thank you.
And then just one last question, sir. And Commissioner Ware spoke to it. The $600,000, does that include anything on the south side of 25th Street? Or is it just kind of like a wish list?
It's a wish list. There you go. Thank you. It's a wish list item.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
do you mind if I ask what company or companies you use to get your dollar estimate?
Only reason it's taking me so long to think about this is because I want to make sure that I'm not it's not conflicting interest in any way, shape, or form. Okay. So I've reached out to companies and I'll just give a list. I'm not going to give the exact one, but I'll give a list of companies. So I've worked with companies and I've reached out to companies like a LGS, like a Hassey Plumbing, like a Med Sewers, like a Calumet City Plumbing, like a Gatlin Plumbing. I've worked and talked with those companies, and so my numbers would come from most likely one of those companies.
Thank you.
No problem.
The end of the line is at Burr Street, or you're going further west?
No, it stops at Burr. The project is strictly in between Burr Street and Clark Road.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. So Burr Street to the west and Clark Road to the east along the 25th Avenue corridor.
My last question is, we do Phragmites stuff, and we work with the, closely with the, Parks Department at Lake County. Have you talked to Craig Zanstra about any of that possibility of partnering with them on the Phragmites issue?
You said the possibility of what exactly?
Partnering with them on the Phragmites issue to,
Hard to kill.
That has not occurred to me, but that sounds like a very good idea. You said Craig?
Craig Zanstra. Anybody else like any questions?
One last question from going south on Clark Road to NDOT. Does anything eventually terminate at Chase Street?
That shoots straight to the ditch, to 8094 ditch. I'm not sure where that ditch runs east or west. I just know it eventually outputs to the Little Cow.
Okay,
So that ditching system that runs east and west of Clark Road just goes straight to the ditch, and then from the ditch.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. That was all, Mr. Chair.
All right. Appreciate you coming out. We will take it under advisement and let you know.
Thank you, board.
Robert, you have any questions or are we all set?
I think we're all good with this one.
Perfect.
Thank you.